Radical versus exponential form. So say, for example, I have some variable a, and it's having a root of m to a power of n. Then another way we can write it is a over n m. So these are equivalent. This is radical form, this is exponential form because it has an exponent, versus a radical is another way of saying a root. And so, for example, if I have the cube root of 5 squared, another way I can write that is 5 to the 2/3 power. The number on the radical goes on the bottom, the number for the exponent goes on the top. So if I had 15 to the 4/3 power, we would have 15 to the 4th under the power because the top number stays, so the 2 stayed, so the 4 stays. The number on the bottom of the fraction becomes the number on the root. So for example, the 5th root of 27a to the 4th b cubed, we can break this into 3 different things. We can say 27 to the 1/5 power, since it didn't have a power to begin with, it just has 1 over whatever the number on the radical is. A to the 4/5 power, and b to the 3/5 power. So each of them take up that 5 as their denominator, but depending on their power, it stays as the number on top. Likewise, 9 to the 3/2, s to the 6/3, and t to the 1/2. Well, notice how these all have the same denominator, so we're able to make them into one of these. These don't have the same denominator, so we're going to drop down below for a second, and we're going to show how we can make them equivalent. So this is just kind of like the same process we would go through when we're adding fractions, how we have to get a common denominator. We do the same thing when we're trying to get them into a radical. So 2 and 3 are our denominators, so the common is 6. That's the common denominator. And so we need to make it so that all 3 have the 6 as their denominator. So to first make the 2 become a 6, we're going to take that fraction of 3/2 and we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 3. So in other words, 9 to the 3/2 becomes the same thing as 9 to the 9/6. And it has that 6 in the denominator. S to the 6/3 gets multiplied by 2 over 2, so it becomes s to the 12/6. And t to the 1/2 gets multiplied by 3 over 3 and becomes t to the 3/6. So instead up here, what we end up with is 9 to the 9/6, s to the 12/6, and t to the 3/6. Now that they all have the same number for the denominator, they can go into radical form, which means the 6 is what goes on top. We get 9 to the 9th, s to the 12th, and t to the 3rd, all under the same root.